Alright guys, this is your dreaded Crypto Maniac coming at you. Davey. This is December 15th, 2020. Currently, we might be breaking up to 20k. 19,400, 500 region has been bouncing around all day. I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to get to doing a stream before we broke out or not. It doesn't necessarily have to right now. We still have time. To me, it's kind of still confirming this ascending triangle, kind of a breakout resistance zone right here, about 19,600, 500. We have been up to 19,800. So if we want to get above this zone and comfortably sit above it, we want to get up to about 20k and stay up there 4-hour close daily. And then maybe we'll have a run to 24,000 by Christmas, New Year's. So things are looking pretty good. Markets were very healthy today. The optimism with the stimulus and everything like that. My stock portfolio went crazy. And gold and silver bounced, and I think that was the bounce. Need to take a look at. Let's look at gold. Well, let's look at this one. This one makes the most sense. If I can be. What's the gold spot chart? Yeah, we did bounce. That actually doesn't show how good of a bounce we did have. Maybe this one will show it. Maybe it wasn't as big of a bounce as I thought. At least in my portfolio, the silver and gold seemed to really bounce pretty hard today. So, either way, blockchain stocks, crypto stocks, the Ethereum Grayscale shares went pretty hard because they're splitting, I believe, either end of the day today or tomorrow. For every one share, you get 9. So, I bought a little bit of that in anticipation for that, and it did great. Altcoins aren't really doing that great today. It's mainly a Bitcoin kind of a shiner, so there were some, actually DOT and ZIL did well. Theta is kind of in the middle of the ground. What else we got? ADA. Nothing too crazy there. Link is still consolidating. XRP is dropping. XRP might go to 40 cents somewhere down there. It's kind of looking a little weak. I guess all the Spark token hype is kind of dissipating. Ethereum is doing pretty well, but this is the day for Bitcoin, and we're still running. Let's see, CC. Yeah. Let's look a little closer in the 4-hour, see if we see any patterns. That's going up. Nothing crazy. It's clearly resistance, though. We're getting pushes back here, which is fine. Looking at the 4-hour, we do have a bit of an Adam and Eve pattern showing up. So, targeted move for that is similar to the ascending triangle. You could just kind of ballpark this real quick. Get a little bit of a guesstimation. Well, how's 23,000 sound? Sounds pretty good to me. I think that's the most likely. Yep. Take a quick look at Ethereum. Kind of the same thing. Kind of an Adam and Eve pattern. She's slowly going. Pattern is what it is. But yeah, my blockchain stocks did really well today. Hive went on a big run. Riot and Marathon, really good. And I have like a handful of like I guess penny stocks almost of blockchain, and some of them are really surprising me. I mean, we'll see what happens. Maybe I get really lucky. So what are the big things happening right now? So stimulus, watching that on the TV right now, it's looking like it's going to happen. Mitch McConnell is pretty much saying he's not leaving until they have a deal. So I kind of believe that if they want everyone to be happy for the holidays, that would be the smartest thing for all of them to do. Regardless, people shouldn't be kicked out of their homes in the middle of wintertime. They're pretty much back against the wall. The US dollar is going to inflate. Speaking of the US dollar, let's take a look at that. And I bet it pulled back a fair amount, which is what I said it was going to do, right? Oh, yeah. Bearish. So bearish. It's just like keeling over, dying. So much for the strong US dollar. Steven Mnuchin. Nucci Smoochy. See, like, if you want to look, I mean, just taking a look here. I mean, look at what the dollar did over here. Similar patterns, kind of rises, rising wedges, falls back down. So we have a similar thing right here. So, I mean, maybe we come up here and just fall even harder. And maybe another fall. I don't know how they actually measure this stuff, but I bet we come down here. Let's look at the daily. I kind of wouldn't mind taking a little projection and see what kind of. Oof. So, it looks so bad. It looks so bad. Like I said before, I would not want to be the US dollar. So you want to look at, this is interesting. I didn't do any research before streaming today, but look at the dates here. 2000, 203, 05, 6, and then 2008, big plummet. I mean, this was the struggle of the US dollar up until, we had some economic, I don't want to call it a boom during this time. The US dollar never really gained much strength. And I know that because I had a US dollar wage with a college degree making, what people at McDonald's are making in Walmart through this entire time. So the US dollar is not strong, I don't think, or at least the wage market's not strong. But yeah, I would say we're probably going to come back down to some of these levels. Maybe we found some support down here. Yeah, makes sense to me. If they're going to do this stimulus, people are going to put their money in gold and Bitcoin and all that. So, yeah, looking pretty good. Yeah, look at here's Marathon. This is one of those blockchain companies I was talking about and what it did today. Let's zoom out on the daily. I mean, this thing rocked. And we still have like so far to go to like get back to all-time highs or like previous highs. I mean, this is the very beginning. This is a blockchain stock at the beginning of a bull run. A lot of the traditional people, they don't understand how to buy crypto, but they just want to get some exposure to it. They want 3 to 5% of their portfolio and, maybe Grayscale, Bitcoin, and Ethereum, but they also probably are, if they're smart, they want to look into the companies that are into blockchain and mining companies. And so China has, I don't know if they have all, like more than half of the blockchain mining, but they have a lot. I think this next go around, it's going to be these institutions are going to want to uh, gain more power through their influence of mining. Like, do you really want all the hash power coming from China? Like, can we trust China? We have seen over 2020 that we cannot trust China, so there's probably going to be a huge. I mean, I bet countries get involved in this. The U.S. probably is already doing contracts to make sure that China doesn't have the most hash power of all this stuff, digital currencies. Especially if the U.S. government starts stockpiling Bitcoin for, value like gold or something. They're going to have a vested interest in mining as well, which I don't know what to think about that. Just kind of speaking off the cuff. And we have Riot. It did pretty well. It didn't do 27% like Marathon did. This thing's just been running. Running and running and running. So I'm also using Glassnode as well as CryptoWatch. This is TradingView. And I've been kind of playing around with Glassnode, and you can look at, without having to pay for the subscriptions, you can look at some pretty cool metrics. Yeah, so here's the transaction fees of all Bitcoin. Yeah, so you could tell like in 2017, right in here, obviously the fees went skyrocket, got too expensive, then we went into a bear market. I mean, we haven't even looked down here. We haven't even started to get to like all-time highs or like spikes. It's just, we're still just slowly getting up there. Fees are still low. So I mean, if you wanted to like maybe think about, well, where would a top be for this market cycle? Look for big spikes like here. Look for something that would, look like that. So we're nowhere even close to that. We got another year or two of this run, and this is the very beginning. Just a little bit of a thought. I really hope that China doesn't have most of the hash rate of Bitcoin, because maybe this is a giant conspiracy. Maybe they are trying to destroy the Western world economies. Very speculative. But God, if they do have most of the hash rate and they all just had a unified attack, I don't know how that works. I just want to look at something else. Profit loss ratio, supply. Some of these you can't really see without the so you gotta upgrade. The Glassnode's got some cool stuff to it, and a lot of people I follow do reference it. Yeah, let's see. Distribution. Yeah, look at entities, exchanges, lifespan. I was kind of curious about the addresses. You can just look up a lot of cool things about it. We haven't broken out yet. We're still at 19,000 on CryptoWatch. Yeah, 19,470. Something like that. Still accumulating. What is that doing? Refreshing a little bit. All good. Zil. Dia. What is XRP gonna head on up? On the daily, that's one hell of a correction on the RSI. And to me, it kind of looks like that might be it. Maybe we come up a little bit and come on down to this pocket. 41 cents. I think like this zone right here. Yeah, I mean, every time we spiked up to come up above 30 cents, we got pushed back down. So 30 cents is the strong support. 35 cents, 40 cents is the top of that support. So I imagine maybe we'll wick down there and then pop back up. Or maybe this is it, you know. Hard to say. You just got to prepare for either scenario. Have some money sitting there ready to deploy. But also have, you know, target zones for like when you take profits. So that's why you draw the Fibonacci's and look at previous price actions. Like, oh, if it goes here, I'll take 20% of my profit, or here, 50% of my profit. I would not advise. I'm not a financial advisor, but what I do is like I definitely always try to leave some in there to keep the gains rolling. You don't want to fully take all profit because you don't know how far these things will go. Had I not taken my profit with Tesla a year ago, I'd have a lot of money, but I thought it would pull back and I thought it'd be a slower run up, and Tesla just went absolutely crazy. Sold it like 500, 600 average, and it went to 1,500, 2,000, and then it did a stock split. So don't sell everything. Maybe just hold on. Even if I just hold on to one Tesla stock, like it would have been smart. So yeah, you live and you learn. I didn't lose money. I made money, but I could have made a lot more. So take that as you will. Yeah, I mean, Link is just consolidating. It's kind of boring. It used to be so exciting. Everyone was like, Link is the honey badger. Now it's Bitcoin is the honey badger, huh? So when Bitcoin is done doing this crazy run and everything, I think Link and Ethereum are going to run, along with all the altcoins that have good fundamentals. Maybe they all run. Rising tide, you know, brings all ships up, right? But some people are arguing against that. But if you have good coins, I think they should all make pretty good gains. Yeah. Whoop. Well, that's it for me. I'm going to sign off here, and we'll catch back tomorrow. I'll hopefully have some news for everybody, but I think with these stimulus coming out, like Bitcoin's going to keep running, and Christmas is going to be jingle all the way, hopefully. But if they do come up with some bad news tomorrow, it'll be bad. Everything will tank. Everything will tank. But it could also be a little bit volatile. No decision tomorrow. Meeting again Thursday. Maybe they just have a decision on Friday. Sucks they're dragging their feet because I could use money now so I could buy in some positions right in a second. Anyways. Alright guys. Y'all have a good night, and we'll catch up with you tomorrow. Peace.